And there's the OK Corral. You see the gunfighter?
How we doing today, Mo?
Pretty good, you?
Yes, you guys got your equipment there. You're ready to go, huh, bud?
He has a YouTube channel, so we're filming today.
Really?
Yes.
What's your YouTube channel, buddy?
Jack Arizona.
Jack's Arizona Adventures, huh? That sounds pretty cool. You know what? I don't know what you guys got planned, but if you decide you want to stop by the Saloon Theater, at 12 o'clock, we're doing our first all-historic, fully narrated gunfight. Give you a lot of good history about Tombstone and Cochise County itself. So take something with you. And that's just around the corner there.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, good luck on the channel there, Jack. We'll see you later, all right, bud?
Tombstone, Arizona, a name that echoes with tales of the Old West. Founded in 1879 by prospector Ed Schieffelin, this once booming mining town earned its place in history with the discovery of silver deep in the rugged hills. But the streets of Tombstone are paved with more than silver. They're paved with stories. Legends of gunfighters, lawmen, and a town that refused to die despite floods, fires, and fading fortunes. And towering above the bustle of Allen Street, the Tombstone Courthouse stands as a sentinel of those lawless days. Built in 1882, this imposing red brick structure served as the hub of justice for Cochise County during some of the West's most tumultuous times. Here, disputes were settled, outlaws were sentenced, and the town's reputation as the town too tough to die was etched into legend. Today, the courthouse stands not only as a museum, but as a monument, a reminder of Tombstone's legacy and the resilience of the people who dared to carve out a life on the edge of civilization. The Tombstone Courthouse isn't just a relic of the past, it's a living link to history. Recognized for its cultural significance, it became an Arizona state park in 1959, ensuring its preservation for future generations. Visitors of all ages are welcomed to explore its halls, discovering the stories of Tombstone's wild and storied past.
Hi.
This is all free here today. And are you locals or are you visiting?
San Manuel. We're Arizona residents. We live in San Manuel.
Oh, San Manuel. So you've been to Tombstone.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this building is a state park, and it's the only state park in Arizona that's a building. So these are park rangers that work in here. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But enjoy. There's a choir starting up soon. At 1 o'clock in the park, there's a tuba concert.
Oh.
All Christmas music. If you've never seen that, that is worth checking out.
We usually come in around Halloween.
Yes.
So with the kids for the El Dorado.
Oh, yeah. It's
So-
a great little.
It
If you
is.
have any history questions, feel free to stop in here.
Okay.
And ask.
He does YouTube videos. We're good to shoot for our YouTube video.
Yes. Mhm.
Yay.
All right.
Thank you.
We step into the sheriff's office, a place steeped in the history of law enforcement in Cochise County. A wood-burning stove stands as a reminder of the cold desert nights, while wanted posters on the walls tell tales of the outlaws who once roamed the region. Rifles on display reflect the tools of justice used to uphold the law in a rugged frontier. The office holds a collection of artifacts, including 6 shooters and badges preserved in a glass case, symbols of the authority carried by the men who serve this county. A mannequin dressed in period clothing provides a glimpse into the daily life of a sheriff during Tombstone's heyday. A poster lists the sheriffs of Cochise County, beginning with John Bean, whose name is forever tied to the lore of Tombstone. The list continues through time, honoring each sheriff's contributions, all the way to Fred Kenny, marking the evolution of justice in this storied county. Inside, park hosts dressed in authentic period attire bring the spirit of the 1880s back to life, guiding you through exhibits that tell the tales of lawmen, prospectors, and the untamed frontier. It's more than a building. It's a time capsule waiting for you to step inside and relive the history of the Old West.
So this is the sheriff's office. Here it was bareback.
Very.
And there's fence.
Yeah.
And up there where it says gallows, we live over by the Gallows Mountains.
This
And there's Fort Bryant.
goes all the way.
And there's the Catalinas. Those are the ones we see from the house.
Then there's America. And America again. And America. Yeah. And then there's yours.
And there's Fort Lowell. That's where we went last week.
Wow, we went there last week.
So this was the sheriff's office.
Step into the heart of Tombstone's history. This room, once the sheriff's office, now showcases the stories that shaped the Old West. Maps of the rugged frontier and prints of Wyatt Earp and his brothers remind us of the lawmen who became legends during the tumultuous days of the silver boom.
It's Jack's Arizona Adventures, and we go all over Arizona and film. That's what we're doing here today. Is he's filming his YouTube channel. You say thank you. Can you say thank you? You know what you want for Christmas?
Here, a glimpse into the personal life of Josephine Earp, Wyatt's lifelong companion, offering a rare look at the woman behind one of Tombstone's most iconic figures.
Is that all?
Yeah, I forgot.
You forgot.
That's okay.
Don't worry, we're all still making notes.
You also, we went there twice. It took us 3 attempts to actually get in. The first time we had to turn around and go back because it was so rough. And so his dad and I had to go back the next day and film it without him because it was rough. And then the third time we found a different way in, so we went and hiked it down a different way. It was really neat.
Sounds very amazing.
This collection speaks to a time of great conflict and resilience. Artifacts from Geronimo and the Apache tell the tale of a people fighting to preserve their way of life, while the display recounts General Crook's relentless pursuit during the Apache Wars. Amidst the strife, figures like Thomas Jeffords emerged, carving a path through danger to secure the vital mail route from Mesilla, New Mexico, to Tucson, a lifeline for the growing West. And finally, these photographs transport us back to the 1800s, capturing the spirit of a town that stood at the crossroads of ambition and adversity. Not all justice in the Old West was carried out in courtrooms. This display tells the chilling tale of John Heath, a leader of outlaws whose actions shook the town of Bisbee in 1883. On December 8th, his gang carried out a robbery at Castanada's store that left 5 innocent citizens dead. Though Heath himself did not participate directly in the robbery, his role as the leader could not be overlooked. While his accomplices were sentenced to hang, Heath received a sentence of life in prison, a decision that enraged the local community. But the story did not end there. Fueled by anger and a thirst for retribution, a mob took justice into their own hands, delivering a grim fate for Heath that would make headlines across the West. Even the coroner's report, stark and unvarnished, bore witness to the raw and often brutal justice of a lawless era. This display offers a personal glimpse into the life of Wyatt Earp, one of Tombstone's most enduring legends. Here, Replicas of the guns he wielded during his storied days as a lawman stand as a testament to his place in the history of the Wild West. Photographs capture Wyatt himself, alongside images of his second wife, Mattie Blaylock, and Josephine, the woman who would become his lifelong partner. Josephine's portrait recalls her days as a performer, a chapter of her life filled with charm and ambition. Everyday items like an old razor, a delicate perfume bottle, and coins evoke the simpler, more personal moments of a life lived in a time of both great adventure and great hardship. Daily life in Tombstone during the 1800s wasn't just about legends and lawmen. It was about the hard work of building a community from the ground up. This display highlights the tools of the trade, used by the skilled craftsmen who shaped the town. Woodworking tools, mallets, and chisels were essential for shaping the timber that framed homes and businesses. A hand drill and planers speak to the precision required to create the structures that withstood the test of time. Even the blueprint for a house reminds us of the foresight and ingenuity of Tombstone's builders, whose work laid the foundation for a thriving frontier town. Life at home in the 1800s was a blend of practicality and endurance, as seen in this collection of everyday essentials. A cast iron pan, sturdy and dependable, was a cornerstone of frontier cooking. Irons and a clock speak to the routines of daily life, keeping clothes pressed and time measured, even in a world that often seemed untamed. Milk containers, simple but vital, remind us of the effort it took to ensure a family's basic needs were met in an era without modern conveniences. This case captures a moment frozen in time, an old camera, a testament to the ingenuity that preserved the faces and places of Tombstone's storied past. Stepping into this room, we're greeted by a centerpiece of Tombstone's lively past, a faro card table. This table, adorned with original playing cards and chips, takes us back to an era where the saloon was more than just a place to drink. It was the heart of social life. Notice the playing cards lack numbers, a detail reflecting the times. In the 1800s, many were illiterate, and cards relied on their suits and face designs to communicate their value. Above the table, a sign explains the rules of faro, a game of chance that captivated gamblers and spectators alike, echoing the risk and reward that defined life in the Old West. This 1881 Marlin 45-70 rifle stands as a symbol of survival, a tool essential for hunting and frontier life in Tombstone's early days. These elegant period dresses offer a glimpse into the style and sophistication of Tombstone's residents, even amidst the rugged frontier life. Before stepping outside to the gallows, this solemn display lists the names of 7 men who met their fate here. 5 were hanged on March 28, 1884, and 2 more on November 16, 1900, a grim reminder of justice served in Tombstone's lawless past. In the shadow of the gallows stands a lone jail cell, a stark reminder of the final moments spent by those who faced justice here. The gallows themselves loom as a silent witness to Tombstone's darker chapters, where sentences were carried out and the frontier's harsh justice was served. Inside this spacious room, the everyday and industrial past of Tombstone comes into focus. A buckboard wagon, a 2-seated bicycle, and a buggy stand as reminders of how people traveled through the rugged frontier. Nearby, a collection of silver ore samples speaks to the wealth drawn from Tombstone's mines. In the corner, a park ranger in period clothing prepares a faro game, bringing history to life for today's visitors. The tools of the miners tell their own story. An old ore cart, iron barrels, canisters, and a large wood stove evoke the grit and determination required to extract silver from the earth. In a glass case, a bellows used for stoking fires sits beside an air cannon, a testament to the ingenuity that powered Tombstone's mining boom.
with a water blaster. This one uses air.
I got a couple different things. You want a color or do you want a trace and cut?
In the opposite corner, an assay room comes into view, a vital space in the silver mining process. Here, chemicals and specialized equipment were used to test the purity and quality of silver ore. Assayers played a critical role in determining the value of the ore, ensuring the mine's profitability and the fortunes of those who staked their claims. This display offers a glimpse into the precise and scientific work that underpinned Tombstone's mining boom. This glass case is dedicated to Ed Schieffelin, the man whose discovery led to Tombstone's rise. Inside, old photographs capture his rugged spirit, while his well-worn boots, rifle, and canteen speak to the harsh realities of his prospecting days. An old chest rests among these relics, safeguarding stories of his journey and the silver strike that forever changed this corner of Arizona. Schieffelin's legacy lives on as the foundation of the town he named Tombstone. As we leave the room, we pass a striking display, a solitary key encased in glass, a symbol of confinement and justice. Behind it stands a replica jail cell, complete with a mannequin dressed in period clothing, offering a haunting reminder of the individuals who once occupied such spaces. Leaving the large room, we make our way down a bustling hallway filled with visitors, all exploring the courthouse's rich history. Ahead, the beautifully crafted spiral staircase beckons. We join the steady flow of footsteps, climbing the staircase, a stunning piece of 19th century craftsmanship. At the top, a sweeping view down the spiral reveals its intricate design, a centerpiece of the courthouse's architecture.
I'm not disabled. It's here for me. I don't know how they work.
Wood stove that would heat it. Don't forget to record though.
Wow.
Photographer's chair. There's some of the pictures taken in the chair. And they're singing, so that would be good to film them.
We've arrived at the heart of the courthouse, the courtroom itself. The judge's bench stands as a symbol of justice, presiding over the room with authority. Rows of benches fill the space, a reminder of the many who once gathered here, some seeking justice, others awaiting their fate. From every angle, the courtroom reflects the weight of its history, a place where the law of the Wild West was both upheld and challenged.
Any of you guys know what that's used for? Does anyone know this? Do you know what those are used for?
In a glass case near the judge's bench lies a gavel. Its burn marks a lasting scar from the devastating Tombstone fire. This small artifact carries the resilience of a town that refused to fade into history. Surrounding the gavel, old photographs of public officials and newspaper articles paint a vivid picture of Tombstone's storied past, preserving the faces and headlines that shaped its legacy. the courthouse holds the echoes of Tombstone's most infamous trials. One case tells of the 1917 Bisbee deportation. 12 miners, striking for better conditions, were arrested, branded as wobblies and communist agitators, and forcibly loaded into empty railroad freight cars, sent across the border into New Mexico. The roundup, orchestrated by County Sheriff Harry Wheeler, led to charges of kidnapping in 1920. After a lengthy 90-day trial held in this very courtroom, Deputy Harry Wooten was acquitted, and Wheeler's indictment was eventually dropped. Nearby, another article recalls the grim fascination of frontier justice. In March of 1884, young Ernest Eberhardy skipped school to witness 5 convicted murderers hanged on the courthouse gallows for one of Arizona's bloodiest massacres. A Winchester 12-gauge pump shotgun and an old sword remind us of Tombstone's days of law and conflict, flanked by photographs and stories of figures like General Howard and Thomas Jeffords, who negotiated peace with Cochise. One display highlights Alan R. English, Tombstone's flamboyant and persuasive attorney. Known for his silver tongue, English's spellbinding arguments could sway even the most stubborn jury. His iconic hat and law books are preserved here, testament to his larger-than-life presence in Rotten Row. As we continue through the courthouse, we pass a glimpse into the workings of Tombstone's early post office, complete with a registry for money orders, a vital service in a time when trust was as good as currency. We step into what I like to call the cattleman's room. Here, the spirit of the Old West comes alive with displays of weathered saddles, photographs, and stories of the cowboys and ranchers who shaped the rugged landscape surrounding Tombstone. Their legacy lives on, etched in the leather they rode and the tales they left behind.
That's a box that carried on wagons, and it carried their supplies. And there's the cooking stuff and there's canteens and branding irons. That's a bedroll. That's what they slept on. Well, it was better than the ground, maybe, huh? There's chaps and there's different types of barbed wire there. Step back, you can get a bigger.
As we leave the cattleman's room, we pass by a striking piece of Tombstone's history, a late 1800 fireman's hose cart, one of only 3 that served the town during its early years. Lightweight and portable, these carts were manned by volunteer fire brigades who raced to combat the constant threat of flames. Fires were a grim reality in every 19th century mining town in the West, and Tombstone was no exception. In 1882, a devastating blaze consumed much of the downtown area, leaving destruction in its wake. But the people of Tombstone, with their unyielding spirit, rebuilt their town brick by brick, ensuring its survival as the legendary city we know today.
What they do to him? I don't understand why.
This was the post office. Look, this was the post office.
What they do to him? I mean, he wasn't breaking it in, but he did deserve that.
As we enter the last room upstairs, we're greeted by displays that offer a glimpse into the intimate details of life in Tombstone's heyday. A glass case showcases books, period lamps, delicate fans, and ornate mirrors, each item a testament to the craftsmanship of the era. Nearby, another case holds personal effects, razors, pocket watches, and a small diary, objects that might have been part of someone's daily routine. We continue to a case displaying household essentials, an iron, a bowl, a vase, and carefully folded linen. The adjacent cabinet resembles a china hutch, filled with fine teapots and dainty teacups, hinting at the social rituals of the time. Another case holds an assortment of knickknacks, tiny moccasins, a well-worn book, and other common household items. At the center of it all stands a sturdy wood-burning stove, a symbol of the hearth that once warmed the homes of Tombstone's residents. With this last touch of daily life preserved in time, we take our leave of this room and its quiet treasures.
Do you know what this says right here? It's a pickle hunt. Find 3 pickle ornaments in Christmas trees in the museum. Take a photo of the pickle. Show the photo to Mrs. Claus or a ranger or a volunteer.
Found it. Pickle ornament.
The pleasure was mine. Enjoy this town. There's a tuba concert at 1 o'clock for Martin.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Well, we do have a map.
As we leave the courthouse, we begin our journey to a site dedicated to one of Tombstone's most pivotal figures, Ed Schieffelin. Known as the man who founded Tombstone, Ed discovered the silver that turned this area into a bustling mining town. He had always said he wanted to be buried where he found his first piece of ore, and his wish would eventually be honored, though it took an unexpected journey to fulfill it. Ed passed away in 1897 while prospecting in Oregon. Far from the desert landscape he loved, he died alone, his dog by his side. It would be years later when his friends, remembering his last wishes, had his body brought back to Tombstone. A simple stone monument was placed at the spot he had chosen, a testament to his legacy and the town that grew from his discovery. Today, Ed Schieffelin's memorial stands as a reminder of the tenacity and determination of those who shaped the Old West. It's a place to reflect on the rich history of this land and the enduring spirit of the man who named it Tombstone.
This tells about Ed Schieffelin, and it says he was born in Pennsylvania in 1847, and his dad was a prospector, and at age 14 he went out on his own and he was employed by a different company, and in 1877 he wasn't having any luck, so he signed up as a scout for the Army, and he came to Fort Huachuca, and then he used the fort as his base, and then they told him all he was going to find out here was his tombstone. But he persisted, and he came out here, and then he found gold and started the gold rush in Tombstone. And he sold it after 5 years. He sold his holdings for what today would have been $20 million. He died prospecting in Oregon in 1897, and according to his will, they buried him at his first camp under a monument designed to look like a 20-foot tall claim mark. So that's what that is. It's Ed Schieffelin. Died May 12, 1897, aged 49 years, 8 months. A dutiful son, a faithful husband, a kind brother, a true friend.
How do you feel about this?
I feel fine. I think it was a very nice adventure. I really liked walking around in the courthouse, and it was pretty decorated for Christmas. And walking down Tombstone, and everybody was Christmassy, and everybody's always really nice here in Tombstone.
Yeah.
The lady at the courthouse who told me that he's actually buried here, that man said that the plaque there that I read had been messed up, vandalized, so they had to replace it. So people need to remember this is somebody's actual grave right here
Yeah.
when they come out.
How I feel about winter, I feel like it's pretty morning. I mean, Christmas, Wild Wild West has always kind of been my thing.
Followed down through the hollow till a hand grabbed her by the arm. Blood's thicker than water, but even his father ain't never gonna do her no harm. And whiskey on his breath, they were scared to death, and he was meaner than the devil himself. It was him or them, and you can call it a sin, but the road no river won't tell. So baby, meet me down by the Roanoke River, where the cool dark water meets the full moonlight. If we can sneak away, maybe we could be together. Can't nobody stop love tonight. Stop this love. Can't nobody stop this love. Can't nobody stop this love. Can't nobody stop this love. Can't nobody